I feel very blessed and privileged that I found the love of a horse at a very young age. I found I had a God-given gift with the animal, and through that gift, I found racing. Racing and all my mentors have got me through life's up and downs, and believe me, there's been plenty. My advice is to never give up, because tomorrow is a new day. My name's Luke Williams. I have a jumps jockey's licence, a flat jockey's licence, and also a trainer's licence. As far as my training career goes, we have a few racehorses in work that are starting to show us their potential, and hopefully we can get a winner soon. We haven't had a winner yet, but we're going to keep trying. Between my wife, myself, and the few little staff that help us out, we get through well. I feel that God gave me a real gift with horses, and I was very fortunate to find that out at a young age with, just a different lifestyle growing up and that. When I found the love of horses, it just really sort of transformed everything about me. If you spend enough time with a horse, they basically mirror who you are inside, not so much what you are on the outside. That's what I believe anyway. As long as I can remember, I've been around horses. I remember I was at my Auntie Robin's, my cousin Andrew and other cousins Jane and Melissa put me on this horse and sent me up the paddock with nothing on it. It bucked and kicked and I stayed on, and then of course when my auntie got home we showed him again and it threw me to the crap house. So yeah, but my mum used to take me there and that's when I truly fell in love with horses. Yeah, she's like me, don't you? Yes, I'm your boyfriend, aren't I? Yes. Growing up for myself was probably a little bit different than what most people sort of grew up with. Mum was a little bit unsettled and moved around quite a bit. My dad was in the picture, but he was more of a mate than a dad. So we moved around a lot. The moment I could get out of school, I was getting out of it and looking at the racing stables and just thinking I'd love to be there. And then lo and behold, I found out that to be a jockey, you had to leave school early, and I thought, well, that all fits, so I'm going to have a crack. And that's how I ended up in racing. Throughout my career, because of stupid decisions and addictions and making wrong decisions and whatever I did, I hampered my career so much and missed out on a lot of what I could have achieved. But I don't believe I'm too old to achieve it now, so I'm not worried about it. I'll just kick on from here and see what can happen. I grew up and knew a little bit about the drug scene through family members and whatever. I always had it in my heart that I would never take drugs, because I had seen what it done to different members in the family and different things like that, and it was sort of a thing that I didn't think I'd ever go down. Well, I've been diagnosed now with ADHD, so apparently I've had it all my life. But as a kid, I was just a naughty little kid or a cheeky little bugger and always getting into trouble and mischief. So I had a few little issues with my bosses when I was apprenticed. I ended up getting disqualified by Racing Victoria. That was when I started to have a bit of a smoke of marijuana and started experimenting a little bit with drugs. If you have a look through my career, you'll see that there's been a lot of points where I haven't ridden for 3 months or haven't ridden for 6 months, haven't ridden at all. Those have probably been my darkest times with the drugs. So I totally stopped riding, totally stopped doing anything with horses. And so I started dealing, and before too long, I think it was about 3 years, I got arrested and sent to jail for 2 years. And that was the best thing in the world that could happen to me, because God knows how low I would have sunk. Or I don't believe that there's a rock bottom, but maybe I might have hit one if I hadn't went to jail. Welcome to Windy Warrnambool. Not always like this, but when it is, it's rough. I reckon it probably took about a month to nearly 2 months to really get my head cleared and get over the anxiety and the fear of going to jail. I'd never been to jail or anything, so I didn't know what it was going to be like. But the moment that my head was clear, that is when I started to yearn and miss the horses. And just the whole time I just thought, what a deal. What a deal. You just got to keep trying, because you never know what tomorrow holds. Well, horses are so special to me. Have a look at them. Look at their eye. Look at it, they're just so kind. They're just beautiful. I just love them. Absolutely love them.
They're into the home straight now, and it still counts 0 for Luke Stumpy Williams. This would be the biggest win of his career. He's won the consolation. Now he's won the Hames Paints Jericho Cup. Count 0. You beauty.
Yeah, it's a real thrill. I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure that's probably the biggest race I've ever won. So yeah, so thank you Lord, thank you Simon for having the faith to put me on. Big shout out to my family at home who backed me all the way. And yeah, no, excuse me. I mean, absolutely awesome. Well, crossing the line in the Jericho Cup, it was pretty surreal. It was pretty much surreal until I got back to do the famous interview, I suppose you'd call it. And it was amazing because after that high, probably a week later or so, came a low. I got quite down on everything and started thinking everything, oh, it wasn't going to work out. It's quite amazing how depression can work and how when you have such a high, you've got to be careful because there will be a low that follows it. And you know, I'm blessed that I had my wife and family around me. So yeah, he was being a cheeky little bugger today. He tried to kick me when I did his yard. Didn't you?
As if he'd do anything naughty. Look at him.
Oh, look at her, she wants a pat too. Well, I see myself in 5 years with our business. It's quite amazing at what could happen. Between my wife and myself and the little bit of staff that we do have, our horses have turned out beautiful. I do believe we could get as big as we sort of wanted to. To anyone who's out there who is struggling a little bit with life or finding it a bit tough, I'd just like to say, you know, please don't give up. Find someone who's got horses and go and give a horse a pat. Oh, my advice is just never give up. Go and find the help you need, because you're all wonderful.